Hello everyone, welcome back again. I know it's been a few weeks. I did miss a video last week, sorry about that guys. Truth is I did come down, but the weather was so horrible and the wind was so much that it just, the audio would have been terrible, and you know, I just wasn't really in the mood. You know how it goes sometimes. The good news is, whilst I was here, I got the back wheels off and started the car up and ran it through the gears to see if the brakes were stuck or anything, and no, they seem to be fine. But yeah, the wheels seem to be turning no problem. So I think this week, seeing as it's a little bit nicer outside, that means I can get the car rolling and reverse it out of the garage, which would be cool, and then I can show you guys around it properly, because you haven't had a proper look around the car just yet. So yeah, exciting stuff. So I think first thing to do is going to be get it down off its axle stands. So let's go. Right, this is always the part that makes me a little bit nervous. God, I wish I had a better tri-jack. There we go. Keys. Right, let's get this stuff out of the way and then we'll get her out. Right, set you guys up over here and we'll start it up and see if it wants to move. It's pretty exciting. It's the first time it's all have moved in yeah, a number of years, so fingers crossed it goes all right. Didn't have any mirrors, so it's got no mirror on the driver's side. It's quite hard to see what I'm doing. Well, it's the first time I've seen daylight in a while. Alright, so here it is in all its glory. Out in the lovely sunshine at last. So I'll give you a proper walk around. As I say, it's the first time it's been out of that pit in some time. And yeah, certainly the paint has suffered. Not that it was particularly great to begin with. So where to start really? I mean, I guess we'll have a look at the bodywork. Yeah, you know, this all needs to be stripped back and seen to really. It's all it's not going to stay this colour, it is going to go back to its original colour. So I'm not too concerned about stripping bits back, because it's going to need it anyway, and it'll do it some good. You can see there's a lot of rust, sort of surface rust here and here. This bit I'm quite worried about around the wiper spindle, because you know it's not like there's an easy repair panel or anything for that. So that might be a filler job, but we'll see. Yeah, there's a dent here. I'm not sure where that came from. That should be fairly easy to get out though, unlike some of the other damages, which I will get onto. You can see it from the front. There we go. Yeah, so obviously it's absolutely filthy. But truth be told, the nature of this paint job, even when it is very clean, it doesn't look particularly great. More rust. Hopefully it shouldn't be too much of a rigmarole to sort. So this is the worst bit of damage on the car really. I did that myself on my dad's garage when I was 17. You know, teenagers don't know how to drive properly, and I was no exception. So yeah, thinking maybe a replacement wing for that side. Don't know how easy that's going to be to sort, but as I say, wings and things like that, they just bolt on and off, and they're really not difficult to come by, and they're not particularly expensive either. So things I'm getting it resprayed anyway, it'll be as well just to get a brand new one for that side. Similarly, this wing here, I don't know if you can really see, it's a little bit sort of, you can just see down there, it's kind of kicked in. There's a bit of damage on that side. Yeah, you can kind of compare it to the one on the right. Yeah, got very lightly rear-ended at one point, which is also why this bumper is hanging off. I do have, I can take you in here, there we go. I do have a replacement rear bumper, so that will go on at some point. No massive rush on that front, but yeah, that will go there. Another big issue really is this door. So you'll notice there's no glass when there is here, but basically when it was parked on the street at my old house, the window got smashed in. Don't know if it was by accident or what, never found out who did it, and then sort of attempted to replace the glass, but kind of gave up halfway because it's a real pain in the ass. But as you can see down here, this door is more or less gone. I mean, they all go at this point down here. Essentially, as you can see, this sort of belt line's split. Water gets down in there and just sits in the bottom of the door and rots them out. That's kind of happens on most Beetles, really. You can, yeah, there you go. You can, so it doesn't really. I think the hinges on it are gone, to be honest with you. You can sort of see down here. So yeah, this door needs a lot of attention, which is why you may have seen I have some spares. I think these up, I think both of them were 30 quid, or 30 quid for two of them, I mean. Yeah, they're not in the best state either, to tell you the truth. They are also rusty along the bottom, which I say they all are really, but I think they're a slightly better starting point. This is just surface rust. They're pretty solid really. I've no idea what kind of state the hinges are in, whether they're any better, but I think, you know, aside from the obvious colour difference, as I say, it's getting resprayed anyway, so I maybe as well just putting a different door on it. And the other thing, of course, is I've not tested it, but this one does have window glass in it, and yeah, I don't know how well the winding mechanism works, but I can test that out, and yeah, that might be an easy fix. I say easy. Placing doors isn't easy, but well, you know, I'm willing to give it a go. So yeah, that's the outside. Really, there you go. Sure what else to show you, really. It's just yeah, a fairly ratty 1200 bug, but I'm sure you'll agree it is a good starting point, and yeah, it's got potential, shall we say. You can have a little look underneath. You can see under there, as I said, the pads are all very solid. So underneath, there's not a great deal of work needs to be done, really. I don't think. Which is good. There we are. I'll show you inside. So yes, it's the notoriously cramped interior of a VW Beetle. It's a good thing the windscreen's so dirty, because it allows you to see just how close it is to you when you're driving. It's quite disconcerting. The first time you drive a Beetle, it sort of feels like you're wearing the windscreen like a big pair of spectacles. And yeah, you've got a steering wheel directly in front of you and these weird floor-mounted pedals. Now these pedals, that's something I need to see to address. At some point, well, whilst I had this car, I had the clutch pedal, the clutch cable replaced, and the garage that did it kind of took the whole clutch pedal assembly, well, the whole pedal assembly out and replaced it. And it's basically, they should be sitting there instead of back here. When you're driving along, you've got your foot on the clutch like that, you're hitting the steering wheel. So something I'm going to do is move the pedal assembly back where it should be, make it a lot more comfortable to drive. And I need to adjust the clutch as well, because I noticed when I was driving it out then, bike point is sort of about here, when really, yeah, you kind of want it to be a bit more like here. So yeah, adjusting the clutch isn't too difficult. That'll be a cool video to do. Just showing you around some of these bits I've got. So this is the proper style steering wheel for this car. Now I am going to be yeah, I'm going to be a little bit kind of obsessive with this resto, I think, making sure it's got all the right bits. So this steering wheel isn't the original style. It is a nice one. It's the one with the sort of horn ring, and I can see why someone would have wanted to replace it. This one, you know, unfortunately it's had the actual horn ring kind of sawed off down here, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, it is a nice thing, and I think I'll keep hold of it. But for authenticity's sake, we'll be putting on the correct 1200 steering wheel. And if that wasn't enough in terms of obsession, down here I've got new key barrel. Well, an old key barrel. There we go. Is there anything wrong with this key barrel? No, it works perfectly. But I can tell it's a replacement, because this is a later style key than you would have got in a 70s or a 72 Beetle, which would have looked something like this. And these key profiles, if I can get them here, are different. So I can't use this key in that ignition barrel, or this style key in that ignition barrel. So I went on eBay and I got a proper early 70s ignition barrel, which should just go straight in. Yeah, as I say, very, very nerdy and very, very obsessive, but you know, I want to do it properly. And I just, you know, little things like that I think just add to the sort of, I guess, the authenticity, the style of the car, really. you know, you will of course have noticed the big hole here. So 1200 Beetles wouldn't have come with a radio, but someone at some point in this car's life has added one. So I am going to need to fill that hole, and I think I'm going to get a 70s radio to put in it. You know, a VW style one would be nice. It's not, you know, especially authentic, but it will look right, and it will just fill that hole there. So that'll be good, I think. Right, let's have a look in the front, onto the bonnet. The bonnet release usually goes here, as you can see. That didn't end very well, so we'll need to get a replacement for that somewhere. Instead, I've got a little solution here. It's not so easy to do one-handed, but let me just pull that. I think it's actually already open, which is great. So let's have a look under there. Right. And there we are, the rat's nest. So this is why I need to do, well, I'm planning on just doing a full rewire under here. I mean, they are always pretty messy, but you can just see where things have been sort of twisted and taped together. I think it's had like different radios and alarms and things spliced in and out at various points in its life, and yeah, it's not the best way of doing things. So I think probably the best thing to do is just to rip it out and start again. Load of spares under here, spare fan belt. And what's this? Distributor cap, spark plugs. No idea what that is. Rotor arm. Things it might be useful to have. Here is a replacement glove box because of the hole. But this is for a left-hand drive car, so it doesn't fit. These these are from a road trip I did in this car many years ago. Good memories. So yeah, you can see where the hole is for the catch, but it doesn't go on in that direction. So yeah, it would fit on that side of the car. So yeah, I'm gonna need to find one for the right side. I think I was hoping I could kind of modify it, but yeah, I just don't think it's going to happen. This is an interesting thing. Obviously this is a spare tyre, but this is your screen wash on a Beetle, and it's actually pressurised by the spare tyre, which is quite cool. Well, it kind of means that if you've been using your screen wash, you end up with a flat spare as well, but yeah, it's just a little unique thing. Kind of, these cars are full of little quirks like that. Obviously got a fuel tank here. Yeah, I'd say that more or less covers it. Let's have a look at the back. Get this open. There we are, look. So, all the leg room. In fact, let me jump in back here. We could do a sort of road test style. Yeah, so this is me in the back with the driver's seat set in by driving position, as they say. And yeah, I'm sat sideways. There is no room back here. It's for children, really, I would say. Can get this bleeding gimbal right. Yeah, and yeah, headroom, there is none. So yeah, not a passenger car. But you know, you've got a little bit of storage area back here. What's hiding back here? Just loads of stuff. Broken radio. Yeah, not a great deal. So yeah, that was just a little walk around of the Beetle, just to show you exactly what it is I'm working with. Obviously, it's really nice to actually get it out and be able to walk around it properly, and yeah, kind of reacquaint myself with it properly, really. I think, yeah, maybe next week we might be able to take it for a little road test. Who knows? It might not be the safest idea. But yeah, the brakes felt pretty good, actually, to be honest with you. I mean, they never feel great on these cars because they are shit, but because they are a bit naff. You know, we might be able to take it for a little spin around the block, see how we get on. So yeah, I think without further ado, maybe it's time to put her away again until next time. How about go for a brief little ride around the yard just to see how everything seems to work. Yeah, that clutch bite's really high. Pump the tyres up so it's a bit easier to steer. To adjust that, I think that's going to be the next job. Use the power steering. There we go. Brakes in a straight line. You see that? Watch the steering wheel when I hit the brake. So the brakes work, but yeah, I feel like one on this side especially needs a bit of adjustment on the driver's side. So yeah, that's going to be probably front brakes. So I think that's going to be our next plan. Adjust the clutch, play with the brakes, and then only thing after that is probably just replace that door like I showed you, and I reckon we'll be ready to take it for a drive on the road. It's over 40 years old, so it's MOT exempt. You know, you have to be a bit sensible with that, really. I think I will need to tax it. Obviously it's tax exempt as well, but you still need to tax it. But yeah, then we should be able to take it for a little spin around the block. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's put her back away, and yeah, we'll call it a day.